The discovery of the Comstock lode, the first large-scale silver deposit discovered in the United States, brought Nevada to national attention in 1858. A silver rush had begun the following year. Nevada was separated from Utah Territory in 1861 and granted full statehood in 1864 despite not meeting the minimum population requirement. This was due to President Abraham Lincoln's desire to pass the 13th Amendment, which prohibited slavery. Nevada's fortunes sparkled as brightly as the silver that its miners extracted from the ground. As a result, Nevada earned the moniker Silver State. The Nevada Silver Rush, like the California Gold Rush, spawned numerous boomtowns that thrived as the mines thrived. When the ore ran out, the towns died and became ghost towns. Here are the 7 abandoned ghost towns in Nevada, United States. 1. Nelson. A strange canyon 40 kilometers south of Boulder City houses modern-day Nelson. Nelson is located in an area named El Dorado by Spaniards who discovered gold in 1775. During the Civil War, it was common for deserters from both armies to make their way to Nelson, hoping to avoid the watchful eyes of Union and Confederate authorities. The El Dorado Canyon earned a reputation for lawlessness as a result of frequent killings, so much so that the name Nelson comes from a camp leader who was murdered in his home with 4 others by an indigenous American. Before a flood destroyed the town in 1974, Nelson was a popular filming location, and the wreckage of airplane props and Western-themed sets can still be found there. The mine itself is frequently explored, but the cavern's bottom is said to be flooded. If one were to visit Nelson during its heyday, they should watch their step and their mouth. 2. Gold Point. The Gold Point ghost town, about 65 miles north of Beatty, still has 7 residents and a collection of old miners' shacks that accommodate visitors looking for an authentic taste of Comstock-era digs. The proprietors promise breakfast, the first night's dinner, a tour of the town and makeshift museum, saloon games, VCR movies, access to rich fossil beds, and more with each booking. A significant portion of the rate is reinvested in the preservation of the town's structures. Each of the town's 10 RV spaces includes sewer, power, and water hookups. 3. Typo. On the eastern slopes of the Hot Creek Range, also in Nye County, was Typo. The town was officially started in 1874, and by 1877 the town reached its peak with 250 tons of silver leaving monthly. Much like other Nevada silver ghost towns, once mining operations mainly died in 1879, so too did the town. But Typo has a dark history that differentiates it from the other ghost towns of Nevada. In 1876, the town was host to an ugly anti-Chinese riot referred to at the time the Chinese War. Due to labor shortages, Chinese woodcutters were hired at the same wages as whites. This sparked racist outrage among whites, who, led by the Workingmen's Protective Union, stormed the Chinese camp with guns and bullwhips, sending the workers fleeing. While the company did recall the men, another standoff took place. Violence seemed imminent, but the disgusted Chinese workers offered to leave if their stage fare to Eureka was paid for. The Anti-Asiatic League of Typo paid the bill. Today, Typo has a handful of residents and the area sports the foundations of many buildings. Its charcoal kilns are on the Register of Historic Places. 4. Rhyolite. A mill to process the ore, a railroad connection, a bank, a church, a school, and, most importantly, post offices and newspapers were all indicators of success in many of these towns. Rhyolite, a town with all of this and more, arose from a prospecting discovery in 1905. The settlement is located 190 kilometers northwest of Las Vegas in the Bullfrog Hills, so named because of the yellow-specked green rocks that resemble a frog's back. To serve the growing population of 4,000 company men and treasure seekers, saloons, water and electric infrastructure, an opera house, a stock exchange, concrete sidewalks, and even police and fire departments were built. Earthquakes and a stock market crash ended the experiment abruptly in 1907, leaving the ruins of an expensive marble bank and a home made entirely of bottles. The ruins of the train depot and informative plaques placed here and there to guide wandering souls are worth seeing. 5. Jarbidge. One of America's last gold rushes took place in the state's remote northeast corner. The stage driver was murdered by the robber, and the villain's jail cell still stands in Jarbidge, just 10 miles from the Idaho border. The jail, which was built in 1911, houses the preserved cell of Ben Cole, the mastermind behind the country's last stage robbery. Prosecutors obtained a conviction in part due to a bloody palm print Cole left on a piece of mail during the holdup and murder of the stage driver. It was the first time fingerprint evidence was admitted in court in the United States. Prostitutes' cribs, miners' cabins, and a community center, circa 1910, which serves as an impromptu museum, are also preserved in town. Jarbidge still has a number of hardy souls. 6. Shelbourne. One ghost town in Nevada began its life in 1859 as a Pony Express station. The station, along the Shell Creek, got off to a rocky start when Paiute raided it in 1860, killing the station master and 2 workers. As a result, the Army established a post, although this was abandoned in 1862 when the Paiute threat subsided. During that interim, when the Pony Express ended in 1861, the Overland Express took over, making it an important stage station. The Overland left Shelbourne in 1869, but in 1871 a prospector struck silver. Shelbourne grew into a town of 400 that featured saloons, mercantiles, and a Wells Fargo office. However, the next year, richer deposits in the area started a mass exodus. The town lingered on into the 1920s when its population dipped below 20. By the late 20th century, the Pony Express station had deteriorated to the point where it had to be razed, but ruins still exist, with some being on private property. 7. Metropolis. The ruins of Metropolis can be found in northeast Nevada. After Harry Pierce persuaded investors with a dream of creating an agricultural hub in the Nevada basin during the 1900s, the city began as a farming project rather than a mining attempt. Initially, the town had some success due to unusually high precipitation years, but Pierce was unable to obtain water rights and the security of a dam-filled reservoir, so the 700-person town attempted dry farming wheat. Drought, ravenous jackrabbits, and crickets all contributed to the slow demise of this town, which had included an elaborate hotel and an amusement hall primarily used for Mormon meetings. Visitors can explore the old hotel ruins while enjoying the peace and quiet of this quiet place that was once home to many proud families and still is in the form of a well-kept cemetery.